all consent stuff tonight.
Hello.
You're April.
Uh-huh.
I'm John Taylor. Nice to meet you. No, you need done that. Did you? Who? If anybody, are you going to announce that beforehand? Well, you probably need to. That it's.
Yeah.
I would think so.
See, I wonder if it's gonna be this canal side that's gonna be deferred.
An outside place.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's the one. So this ought to be short and sweet.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Microphone on. Thank you. We got 2 minutes and we got some people. Welcome and Happy New Year. We call to order the January 2016 City of Columbia Planning Commission meeting. Welcome to the Planning Commission members, staff, and guests. I would like to ask that everyone turn off their cell phones and PDAs to the silent or vibrate mode. The clerk will now proceed with the roll call. Here.
Ms. James,
Here.
Mr. Taylor,
Here.
Mr. Cohn,
Here.
Mr. Dinkins,
Here.
Mr. Waits,
Here.
and Mr. McDuffie.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. I'd like to briefly review the meeting format for everyone. Applicants with requests before the Planning Commission are allotted a presentation time of 10 minutes. This time should include, but is not limited to, an overview of the project, case history, or any pertinent meetings held regarding the request. This time also includes all persons presenting information on behalf of the applicant, such as attorneys, engineers, and architects. This time limit does not include any questions asked by Planning Commission or staff regarding requests. Members of the general public are given the opportunity to address their concerns in intervals of 2 minutes. The clerk has a timer and will make presenters aware when their time has expired. The Planning Commission reserves the right to amend these procedures on a case-by-case basis. The consent agenda. The Planning Commission uses the consent agenda to approve non-controversial or routine matters by a single motion and vote. Examples of such items include approval of site plans, annexations, and street names. If a member of the Planning Commission or general public would like to discuss an item on the consent agenda, that item is removed from the consent agenda and considered during the meeting. The Planning Commission then approves the remaining consent agenda items. The clerk will now read the consent agenda.
Your consent agenda this evening consists of approval of the December 7th to 2015 minutes. Item number 2, which is an annexation and comprehensive plan map amendment and zoning map amendment for 201 Club Ridge Road and 201 Club Ridge Road parcels A and B, as well as item number 3, which is the crossing at Wood Creek phases 1 and 2. And I'm not going to read all the addresses, but they're listed on the agenda. And we have one modification to the consent agenda, number 4. The applicant has requested to defer that to the February meeting to allow them to meet with the homeowners associations within the adjacent neighborhood. And then the final item for your consent agenda this evening is a zoning map amendment for 7609 Garner's Ferry Road. And I'll just make a note, there was a typo in it, and it is a recommendation for approval based on what's at the very end of the document, not the case history item that's a typo. So that it consists of your consent agenda this evening.
So we have a deferral on number 4,
Yes, we received an email this afternoon.
and the rest of the items are the consent agenda.
Correct.
Okay. Do any commission members or guests today wish to have any other items on the consent agenda removed and placed on the regular agenda? I'd like to ask for a motion then to approve the consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Consent agenda is approved. There is no regular agenda.
There is no, that is, you only have one item left to adjourn.
Ask for a motion for,
I move we adjourn.
have a second?
Second.
Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.
thought we'd had the quickest possible case, or the quickest possible hearing before, but I think we beat it today by about 30 seconds.